When I touched the doorknob, I realized that my palms were sweating from fear. Fear? Why am I nervous? I turned the doorknob, pushed open the door, and saw... What?! A body has been discovered! Everyone, please assemble at the Ultimate Art Lab! Ah, she puked again, and it's green this time! Monofanny's green puke is said to be an omen of bad luck and disaster. What on earth is about to happen?
Well then.
Let us pray for Angie. So that Atsuwa may guide her soul to the gates of heaven. Atsuwa, please take care of Angie.
It can't be!
Hey, why did it end up like this? Didn't Angie have Atsuwa with her?
You don't know?
Clearly she didn't.
Weird.
That's not true! Angie say Atsuwa will always be our side. We don't have time to be talking about this. Instead of talking about Atsuwa,
Right?
yeah, we gotta talk about which one of us is the culprit and win this killing game.
Really?
Wait, this is part of the killing game?
That's right.
What else could it be? The fact that Angie's dead can only mean one thing. One of us killed her.
No way.
But why would someone do such awful things?
But
Is that really what happened?
Huh?
could it be?
It's possible the culprit who killed Angie wasn't one of us, but...
Uh-oh.
A vomit-soaked entrance, how novel, and the puke is green again too. That's a pretty ominous sign. Why did another murder happen? What's the deal, Monodam? I thought you were gonna make everyone get along. Don't worry, overcoming this will bring everyone closer together. That has been the case so far, yes? Their bond gets stronger with each class trial, does it not? Murders are necessary to bring everyone closer together. But how? So let's get started.
We are all friends.
Conduct a friendly investigation, then we will have a friendly class trial. We must distribute these first. Oh look, the Monokuma file! I wanted to be the one to pass it out. Didn't you want to do it too, Monofanny? By the way, I've been thinking, you guys should knock off all this killing and dying. Dying is like so lame, living is all the rage these days. That really is unlucky.
So long. Farewell.
So then.
As there is no use complaining, we are better off beginning our investigation. So everyone, we all know what we need to do, yes?
Yeah.
I mean, by the third murder, we should all be pretty used to dead bodies.
Wait.
Not Gonza. No way Gonza ever get used to this.
Nope.
Trust me, you don't want to be used to this. No one should get used to this. That's nice and all, but it seems pretty insincere coming from an assassin. Let's start investigating. It's not like we have any other choice.
You're right.
That's true. But still, it's strange. This is a bizarre setup. 4 wax figures, effigies of the dead, hung upside down in this room. And in the middle, Angie's body in a pool of blood. It certainly appears to be some kind of ritual.
Shuichi!
Alright bro, I'm counting on you as my sidekick. Let's end this nightmare together.
Okay.
Yeah, but are you feeling okay, Kaito? We seriously don't have time to be talking about this. No way we're gonna die here. I'm definitely gonna find the culprit.
Seems like...
The culprit, is it really someone among us that killed Angie? I get how you feel, Tsumugi, but do you have to repeat that titled line every time? Oh no, that's not it. I mean, could this have been the work of the transfer student? But who's the transfer student? Angie prepared the ritual of this room to resurrect the dead, right? And she made those wax dolls hanging upside down as part of the ritual. Maybe the ritual succeeded and the resurrection person killed her. Is that really how it works?
Hey,
What?
It's her fault telling scary stories out of nowhere like that. Saying messed up stuff like that. Kaito, are you alright?
Damn.
Sorry, Shuichi, I need to get some fresh air. I'll leave this to you and Maki. Do a good job, you guys. Kaito left, still a bit wobbly. Do a good job? That coward has a lot of nerve bossing us around. And maybe that wasn't the best way to phrase it, but he just wants to encourage.
jeez.
You clearly settled right into your sidekick role.
It's okay.
I don't need him to give me orders. With so few people left, I can't afford to sit out anymore.
Well,
So where should we start? We should check the Monokuma file first, right?
You're right.
I can't believe Angie died! The victim is Angie Onaga, the Ultimate Artist. The body was found in the Ultimate Artist lab. The time of death is approximately 2 in the morning? The cause of death is a stab wound to the back of the neck. The forehead also has a laceration. The Monokuma file include the time of death this time. 2 a.m. Everyone must have been asleep. We probably can't rely on witness testimonies.
but
So the murder happened at nighttime after all. If everyone had followed the student council's rules like Angie and Atsuo said, what good will saying that do? The culprit may be one of the student council, yes?
Why?
A member of the student council? That's...
All right.
We should go and figure that out. Let's start investigating and solve this mystery together.
it's impossible.
I can't.
Himiko?
I can't do it. I can't investigate Angie's body.
But
But if we don't make it through the class trial, then everyone will die.
whatever.
I don't care anymore? Why don't you care?
What a pain.
Surviving and everything else, it's too much of a pain.
What was that?
Then why don't we just use your magic to revive Angie?
Please stop!
There's no time for your mean-spirited taunts. Reviving her is clearly impossible.
Is that so?
We cannot say that with certainty, no?
Huh?
Excuse me?
No.
Well, of course, resurrecting her is impossible, but I know a way we can speak with Angie.
You see.
We can summon her spirit with a science called the Caged Child.
What are you trying to pull?
What are you talking about? Cut it out already.
You're kidding me!
This is no time for jokes.
Serious.
Oh, I'm serious. This is for our investigation.
Huh? Yes.
If we speak with Angie, we can ask her who the culprit is and bring this case to a swift close.
Well, you know.
First, a resurrection ritual, and now a scenes? Are you messing with
Do
us?
you understand?
I would appreciate it if you didn't compare it to Monokuma's foolishness. Scenes are genuine occurrences. They are written in literature the world over. In fact, I myself have participated in scenes a great many times. On top of that, we have here a rare chance to perform the legendary scenes The Caged Child. It would be foolish to not take advantage of this, yes?
No.
No matter how you put it, now's not the time for something...
However.
Oh? I suspect the only way to confirm your earlier theory is by performing the scenes, yes?
What?
My earlier theory?
Therefore.
The possibility of the culprit being the resurrected transfer student. It is not wise to go into the class trial with such outlandish theories in one's head. So to prove such a thing impossible, I think it best we consult Angie herself.
Incomprehensible.
That logic is peculiar to say the least. Holding us seems to find out about the ritual, so we're gonna fight the occult with the occult?
Okay.
Well, we can't worry about this forever, so we might as well go with the easiest solution.
How exciting.
Okay, I'll help out. I was getting bored investigating anyway, but we haven't even started. I thought you weren't going to help. If I can talk to Angie one more time, I'll do anything. So, I guess you're more friends with Angie than Tenko now.
Well,
I can't leave Himiko alone.
whatever
Do whatever you want.
yes!
So then.
So now we have 4 participants. Kokichi, Himiko, Tenko, and myself. However, the Caged Child requires 5 people. We're still 1 short. Fine, the Key Boy can come
You're
too.
right.
I guess we can't be picky.
Why?
Why am I being forced to participate and being treated like a burden?
Well then.
So then, we need a place to perform the scenes. Where shall we do it? How about your lab? No, in order for the Caged Child to succeed, the room must be as dark as possible. My lab has windows, so turning the lights off won't make it quite dark enough.
Then,
Then how about the empty rooms?
That's
The ones on the 4th floor? There aren't any windows there, so if we blow out the candles, it should be pitch dark.
Yeah.
Sure, I'm fine with that.
Listen up.
I agree with Himiko.
Tell me your thoughts.
However, there are 3 empty rooms. Which one shall we use? The middle!
I see, yes.
I shall begin the preparations at once. I shall have 4 of you help as well. Let us carry all the necessary equipment from my lab. Are you really gonna do this? This is for our investigation. I said as much, did I not? We need to use all of our effort to discover the culprit, lest our lives be lost. Kiyo, Kokichi, Kibo, Tenko, and Himiko all left the scene.
This is stupid.
Are they serious about the stupid scenes?
But-
Perhaps that's just part of the investigation in their eyes. We should go with it. In any case, I should focus on what I can do. What the ultimate detective can do. Oh my gosh. Man, I just can't believe it. This busty brain beauty has this all figured out.
What was that?
The culprit?
Hey,
Do we really have time to be listening to her? Hey, wait! Are you just gonna ignore my genius idea?
what?
Okay.
If you're gonna twist my arm, then I'll tell you. You better thank me for this. No, I'm not gonna do
You
that.
know,
They are strange. Are they for the ritual or another purpose?
well then.
But I figured it out with just one glance. These are diversions.
Could it be...
Listen up.
The culprit uses wax dolls to distract us from something.
Got a minute? What?
How should I know? Isn't that Sherlock Holmes' job? What?
I knew it.
You're a waste of time. Maki turned away, and I can't say I blame
What
her.
was that?
The heck's her problem? She's on the rag or something?
Hmm.
So Angie made these wax dolls, huh? The resemblance is pretty uncanny. They say the devil's in the details, you know? Let's just see how detailed these really are. Maybe try to look up the wax figure skirt. What are you doing? Stop that.
What?
I just want to see this doll's wearing panties. Why? You have a doll fetish? Are you excited that your dead girlfriend is a doll now? Who said that Kaede was my girlfriend?
Virgin.
I'm starting to agree with Maki. Talking to Mew is a waste of time. I'm not sure if it's okay to say this or not, but could Tanko be the culprit? What?
Huh?
It's not like I approve for anything, but earlier I heard Himiko say that Tanko was trying to betray the student council.
No.
So you suspect Tanko.
Actually.
Because as a member of the student council, she wouldn't been allowed into this lab.
Oh yeah.
That's right, Angie did allow members of the student council to enter her lab. Yeah, Angie had been shut away here, working on the ritual by herself since yesterday. She said she would only unlock a door if she heard a student council member's voice.
That's true.
That would certainly point to Tanko. She did betray the student council after all. It's not that I want to suspect Tanko, but since only student council members would have been let here, so Angie only let in student council members. That would be Gonta, Kibo, Himiko, Tanko, and Sumugi. Of that group, Tanko is certainly the most suspicious. But then, here's the problem. How did the culprit get out of the room?
Hey.
I just want to confirm something. When we got to this lab, you're sure that the front door was locked?
Okay.
Yes, I'm positive. I grabbed the knob and tried to turn it. It really is locked.
I knew it.
The front entrance was locked until Kokichi picked the lock to open it. Kokichi pulled out some thin needles and stuck them into the keyhole of the lock. There, open sesame. So we picked this cylinder lock open.
Hey.
Do you think anyone else could have opened the lock besides him?
That's true.
It would have been impossible from the outside. The Monocubs took the key. Okay, here it is, but there's only one key, so don't lose it. It'd be bad if you lost it. You wouldn't be able to lock the door or open it from the outside. Let me see that key. Monodam swiped the key from Monofani, then lifted to his mouth. Ah, he ate it!
Then...
So Kokichi is the only one who could have opened or closed the door from the outside, right? Correct. Only Kokichi would have been able to open and close the door from outside. But someone inside could have opened and closed it as they please. So the front door was locked from inside the room?
No.
Not necessarily, I'm just thinking of possibilities. But in that case, the question becomes how the person who locked the doors got out. How the culprit got out of the classroom after locking the doors. That's true. How did they lock the door?
Why?
A murder at nighttime is strange. Impossible, even. Why do you think that?
Right.
Because student council made rule that we know can be outside during nighttime. Well then, maybe you didn't do a good job guarding the dormitory. Everyone should have been asleep. No way murder could have happened at nighttime.
Ew.
Do you really think everyone would go along with that rule?
But...
But it odds to his rule. Angie says he punished us if we not follow his rules.
But
But the student council wasn't included in that, correct? They could do what they wanted. Angie was also working here at night.
But...
Student council will never break own rules.
Right.
They should have been asleep in own rooms to set good example to others. Maybe Angie got attacked while she slept in her room and got brought here? If so, Gonzo could have saved her. If only Gonzo saw. But Gonzo was sleeping. Sorry, Angie. Gonzo no could save you. I find it hard to believe that no one went outside in spite of the student council rule. Okay, finally, Angie's body. Angie's body. She's laying face down in the middle of the room.
What's wrong?
Are you going to take a closer look? Yes, I was planning to.
Got a minute?
Then let's hurry up and do it. We can't afford to waste any time here. Maki didn't hesitate. She stepped past me and walked over to the body. She has no problem with dead bodies. She is the ultimate assassin. Oh, wow. Okay. Alright, Angie's body. There's blood dripping from Angie's head. According to the Monokuma file, she sustained a stab wound to the back of the neck, as well as a laceration on the
I
forehead.
knew it.
Killing blow was a simple stab to the back of the neck. A sneak attack, most likely.
well,
Then what do you make of this wound on her forehead? Maybe the culprit hit her in the head before stabbing her from behind? But her two wounds are substantially different. Did the culprit change weapons mid-attack?
Oh, yeah.
I suppose that would be unnecessary.
remember.
Also, the wound on her forehead looks deep, but it's not bleeding much. What is going on with these two wounds?
Huh?
What's wrong?
Got a minute?
Maki pushed aside me and lifted Angie's body by the shoulder.
Is this...
What's this doing crumpled underneath her body?
What is it?
This is duct tape, right? What's duct tape doing here? I don't know, but it must be related to the case. There are hairs stuck to the tape. Long hairs. Angie's, right? Bloody duct tape with Angie's hair on it. What could that mean?
But
I'm surprised you spotted this, Maki. It was hidden under her body.
So what?
It was partially visible. As a detective, you should have noticed it before I did. Well, that's true. Even so, I guess you're still getting used to being around dead bodies. So don't beat yourself over it.
okay.
Well then, it's a good thing you're used to corpse bonding.
You wanna
Do you want to die?
Sorry.
Got a minute?
I was joking too? How am I gonna know if you're joking? Okay, so there is duct tape. Oh, man. Did someone maybe tape their mouth? That's my speculation. How about this? This book. The instructions for the resurrection ritual are written in the Necronomicon. By performing the ritual as written, you can resurrect one deceased victim.
I knew it.
This was the motive, the Necronomicon.
Hey,
Angie tried to perform the ritual written in this book, right?
Okay.
Yes, if we look at this book, we should learn the steps of the ritual she was trying to perform. Let's take a look. Necronomicon Resurrection Ritual. Prepare an effigy of the dead soul you wish to contact. Everyone may participate. The size and shape of the effigy is irrelevant. Make it out of whatever material you wish. If it's not obvious who the effigy is supposed to be, label it with the name of the deceased. After preparing the effigy, burn this Necronomicon to ashes. Use caution. Be mindful of carbon monoxide poisoning. Sprinkle the ashes on the effigy and repeat the name of the deceased 3 times. Then close your eyes and wait. After a while, you should feel a light tap on your back. If so, that means the ritual was a success. The ashes are only good for one use. The ritual can only be performed once, so use it wisely. So these are the steps for the resurrection ritual. Angie really believed in this crap. It's pretty obvious they wouldn't be able to resurrect anyone with this. Under normal circumstances, I'm sure that's true. But in this place, I don't think we can rule anything out. So, I assume that it failed? Because the Necronomicon is still here. The 4 effigies hung upside down makes the scene particularly eerie. Ropes are dangling from the exposed beams on the ceiling.
If I remember
correctly, Angie made all of these wax figures. Is this rope from the warehouse? I believe so, and that means they won't be much of a clue. Anyone could have gotten these ropes. Maybe the student council should have blocked the warehouse instead of the manhole. The warehouse does contain plenty of things that can be used for murder. I know that these effigies are just wax, but it still creeps me out.
That's true.
The effigies look exactly like real people, not just their faces, but their bodies too. The ultimate artist certainly was talented.
By
the way, why is this effigy hanging upside down? Is this part of the ritual? I'm not sure.
What is it?
If it's not, then why is it like this? Who could go out of their way to hang a wax effigy? If they're going to do this much work, there must be some reason for it. What could it be? Who would do this? The culprit, Angie, or someone else entirely? Can I examine all 4 of these individually? Why are they hung up? Is this some kind of resurrection ritual, or is there another purpose? It would take a lot of work to hang all these up. That implies there was a reason behind it. But what is that reason? Who did it? This one, why is this one, like, stabbed? The 4 effigies are hung up with rope from the ceiling's exposed beams. These wax are... Why is it hung up? Dude, they're... Oh my god. But why does this one have a sword in it? A katana. A katana stabbed into Kaide's wax effigy.
Damn it.
Who did this and why?
Got a minute?
Let me see. Maki nudged me aside, then gripped the katana and pulled it out of the effigy. This is a crime scene. You can't... You want to check the katana, right? Well, you can't do that if you don't pull it out. But we have to preserve the scene. Maki paid no mind to my protest and stared at the katana for a while.
Is this...
It's a real katana, but there's gold leaf on it.
Okay.
I believe it's the one that was on display in the Ultimate Anthropologist lab. Is that so?
Okay.
We can probably assume this is the murder weapon, judging from the bloodstains on the tip. The edge is too rusty to cut well, but it would be enough to stab. But why would they go through the effort of using this as the murder weapon?
That's true.
Good question. They could have gone to my lab and grabbed a more suitable weapon.
Could it be...
Perhaps it's because Kyo's lab is on the same floor? They just grabbed something close by? They may have been in a hurry. Or maybe they needed a long weapon like this.
Okay.
My lab doesn't contain swords or any weapons of this length.
That's true.
That's true, there's only guns. I'm not sure how Monokuma found out, but he must know I don't use swords for work. When I first started working, I botched a mission using a katana. I haven't used a sword since, which is fine because they are a hassle to carry anyway. I suppose everyone's lab is suited to them personally, just like Angie's was. But how did they know all of this? Anyway, the gold leaf on this katana flakes off easily, and it's all over my hand now.
Okay.
It must be pretty old for the gold leaf to flake off that easily.
Got a minute?
Why didn't you say so earlier? My hands are all sticky now. I'll have to wash them later. Maki scolded me, then stood in front of Kaide's effigy.
Hey.
I'm gonna put the katana back where we found it. If it's too hard to watch, look away. Thank you. I averted my gaze and Maki stabbed the katana back into the wax effigy. Oh my god. This is so sad. Why was a weapon stabbed into the wax effigy? A hanging wax effigy, no less. Was it part of the ritual? Or was the culprit trying to hide the murder weapon? Perhaps they had no intention of hiding it. They didn't even wipe off the blood. Besides, I'm certain there are better ways to hide the mirror weapon than this.
What are you talking about?
Then what's the reason for this? I honestly have no idea.
Well,
We should investigate where this weapon came from. We might find a clue.
Okay.
The Ultimate Anthropologist Lab? Yeah, let's do that. I want to make sure the katana indeed came from that room. I mean, that's the only one that we saw, right? Is there anything else of interest before we go? Okay. How about the doors? This door is the lab's back door.
is this?
This door has a sliding lock, and it's still locked.
That's true.
And because no one has used this door since we came in here, I believe Angie locked this door when she came in, and it's been locked ever since. What's this? There's something gold and shiny on the tab of the sliding lock. Gold and shiny, could it be?
Is that alright?
May I see it for a minute? I want to try moving the sliding lock.
So what?
You want to unlock it? Go ahead, do what you want. I carefully touched the knob of the lock, avoiding the gold parts, and softly slid the lock open.
Okay.
Just as I suspected, this lock will slide without much effort. Whether you lock it or unlock it, this could be an important clue. It's strange that the front door and back door have different locks. The front door that we came in from has a cylinder lock, and the rear door over there has a sliding lock. But by the time we discovered the body, both doors were locked.
This?
In other words, this is what you might call a locked room mystery, right?
You're right.
The cylinder's lock key was taken by the Monocubs, so both doors could only be locked from the inside, but only if you rule out Kokichi's lock picking, right? He could have picked the cylinder lock on the front door to go in and out of the lab, so he could have created this locked room mystery. It's possible that he locked the door from the outside by picking it after he killed Angie.
I remember
That's
correctly.
true.
That's right.
After he appeared at an oddly convenient time when we tried to enter the lab ourselves.
I knew it.
He's clearly suspicious. It is suspicious that the solution seems a little too convenient. So... Kokichi is pretty sus. But then, if we do find out that it's him, then wouldn't that be too easy? I feel like this case is more complicated than it appears to be. It's unlocked, but I think there are still things to investigate here. Really? Like what? Oh, the pool of blood? A small pool of blood has emanated from Angie's torso. This can't be from her forehead. This blood is from the back of her neck.
This?
This blood is dry. It must have been spilled a few hours before Angie was killed, maybe more. That fits the 2 AM time of death listed in the Monokuma file. Angie's body appears to be exactly as described in the Monokuma file. There were several clues that caught my attention, but I can't draw any conclusions yet. If we think about all the evidence in combination, that might tell us something. Let's continue the investigation for now. Maki, what's wrong? It's not that important, but the only time you're reliable is when you're investigating a crime scene. Is that supposed to be a compliment? Who knows? You're certainly more reliable than Kaito, at least. That guy's useless. Anyway, let's continue. That's pretty funny. I think we finished investigating everything for now.
Got a minute?
Is this really the time to rest? I don't think we found enough clues yet. We don't know how much time we have left to investigate, so we need to hurry up. You're right. First we should investigate the Ultimate Anthropologist Lab. We might find a clue related to the katana. That's true. We need to check if the katana really did come from that place. Is something wrong,
By
Maki?
the way,
It just occurred to me. Why am I acting like you're a partner?
sure, whatever.
Well, it's fine. Just don't get used to it. It's not as if I asked you, but it's fine by me. It's true that Maki is a tremendous help to me. Okay. So can I leave? Okay, I can leave. Alright, well then. I can't really say that I wasn't surprised that someone was gonna die, but also, wow, the way Angie died in particular, I didn't really like it, to be honest, so... With that being said, that is going to be it for this episode of Danganronpa V3. And next time, we're going to be exploring around here and investigate who could have possibly killed Angie in such a really sad way. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.